Welcome to another Cookin with Bleezy. Today we're smoking salmon.
Smoking, token, West Coasting.
You can smoke trout, you can smoke anything you want, but we like nice Pacific salmon.
You can smoke that roughy. You can smoke that halibut. You can grease that Chilean sea bass if you got that dollars.
When I'm smoking salmon, I like to get the farm raised. And I know I'm gonna get some flack about that, but the fucking wild salmon, there's not a lot of fat in it, and you want that fat when you're smoking. You really want that fat.
Because that wild salmon be swimming in the ocean.
Wild salmon is just, it's too lean.
It's all muscle, you know what I mean?
Like if you're gonna grill some salmon, I'd say go wild, but if you're gonna smoke it, honestly,
go fatty.
I'd say go fatty. All right, now when you take it out of the bag here, just wanted to give it a nice cool rinse. Rinse off that slime, yo. You drain. Take clean napkin.
Or paper towel.
Paper towel. Pat that shit dry. Maybe another one. For the brine, I've tried wet brine before. It's way too salty. Way too salty. Every time I've tried it, way too salty. So I just go with the dry brine. It's way better. I know what I'm talking about. But anytime you brine fish, you can't do it in plastic. So you have to do it in glass. Don't do it in metal, just do it in glass. Pyrex works, whatever the fuck glass. Or you can just do it on a plate or whatever, but always do it in glass. Remember that. But this is the pure sea salt.
Sea salt has no iodine added to it.
Does not have any iodine. But it's a course.
Because iodine will slow or disrupt chemically the brine process.
The curing process. You also want to use deionized salt if you're pickling something.
Or if you're in a pickle.
All right.
And we're using
this is the course. So we want it fine.
We need it
finer than normal table salt. We want it. We'll
yeah.
Smash that shit up.
So we got a mortar and a pestle.
Pestle.
You know, old school like the Mayans. Motherfuckers knew how to do astronomy.
Dump some in my hand here. Cause like, it's not, when it comes to brining something, you want a lot of fucking salt because that's what's doing the thing. So what it might look like a shit ton of salt that I'm putting on, and it is, that's pretty much what you want. But just dust it. Make sure it's all over. Even the sides.
You flip it?
No, you don't need to flip it because we got skin on the backside. So you really don't need to flip it. But this salt is going to pull out all the moisture of the fish and start that curing process. The most important part is the brown sugar. Now, I like to use the dark brown sugar because I figure if you're going to go brown,
go dark
brown. You know what I'm saying? I already have one that's already open though. So
loves the brown eye.
You want to use a shit ton of sugar. Now, maybe like not that much, but fuck it. We're going in. But no, I'm just saying, you got to make sure that that shit is completely covered. You'll be surprised because this sugar is dry right now, but in about an hour, not even, it's going to be all wet with this fish juice in it. A little cure, you know? But I found, I make a little secret mixture. This is secret, okay? This is exclusively Cookin with Bleezy.
Ooh.
Now, anything you add to there, the fish is gonna suck it in, and it's gonna retain that flavor. So you have a good opportunity right now. You can fuck with the flavors here. I use a little Kiefer Sutherland.
A little 24. 24. Little Lost Boys. Little Lost Boys.
A little bit of coffee. Ooh. I like to use the premium. You know, obviously ground already.
We call that Toni Montana.
I'm like literally putting in just a little bit. Just like I would say like a quarter of a teaspoon of coffee. It's very strong. Vietnamese cinnamon. From Vietnam. Man.
Walter Subcheck would not approve of this.
Just dump that in there. Just like, you know, a couple shakes.
Really good.
Damn, that does smell good. Alright.
Wow.
Now, just, you know, even dust on the top
That's what she said.
And there you have it. All it needs really is like about 3 hours minimum. I'd say 6 hours max. And we're probably just gonna do it for about 3 hours right now. So check the time. What time is it? 1:15?
1:14.
So I'm gonna sneak this in here. Actually, you know what? You want to cover it with, okay?
The Clash of Clans. Boom.
I gotta make some room in the fridge.
Little
here.
preview. What I picked up Bleezy. Check out that coffee black. Boom.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Alright, so I'm gonna give it 3 hours in the fridge, and I'll see you in 3 hours. Alright, welcome back. It's been about 4 hours, roughly, a little under. You want to keep it in there at least 3 hours, no shorter than 3 hours. But once you start going over like 5, 6 hours, you don't need to go that much over that. So. You see what it turned into? Just like turned into a bunch of liquid here. Still got some dry over here, but I'll show you what you do. All right. So I got the fresh rack right here, going into my smoker. Now, if you don't have a smoker, you're gonna have to get one because it's definitely a good investment. All right, now, so a lot of people tell you to wash this stuff off, like rinse it off, but that's mad flavy right there. So I don't ever rinse it off. What I do is I just kind of just push it off with my hands, the big sections of it. But I leave some on there because it melts off in the smoking process and it's just mad flavy. Best. Rack. It's very nice right here, like I said. Uniform. Now, there's another important step that people sometimes overlook. Omit. Is you have to let it sit like this outside of the fridge, not even in the smoker yet.
Rest.
You just let it rest for a good 20 minutes. And it develops a kind of a skin on it. And you want that skin. You want that skin. Highly advise putting a layer of good old aluminum foil down on the drip pan. So that's just gonna be dripping. Get yourself some water. I'm using hickory wood chips today. You can use any kind of wood chips you want. They sell all kinds. I've heard to not use the mesquite ones because they're too smoky, but I've used them all. I've used mesquite, I've used this, I've used applewood. Applewood is probably the best. I gotta say, it's the most mellow, but it's like still get that flavor. But I don't have any applewood right now. I have this. If you have the big chips like this, you gotta soak those bitches. You gotta soak them in water for 20 minutes. So, you already have to let your fish sit for 20 minutes. And you gotta soak these things for 20 minutes. So I do that around the same time.
Every time. We need two. Oh, damn it.
Alright, I got the Mini Chief smoker.
Midnight Toker.
It's just one
Wood chips.
It's one setting. You can't really like set how hot it is, but it's a good setting for the fish. I've smoked many a fillet on this.
Shooting 3-pointers.
There's a coil in there and it gets hot.
Hello.
And that's what it works. The salmon. I like to put my salmon on the top row, but you can see there's room for way more salmon.
It's a beautiful salmon Sloan.
Alright, so it's been smoking for a couple hours now. I got this glaze that I made. It's 50% honey, 50% maple syrup, and just a tiny little splash of coffee. And I'm just gonna brush that on the salmon. I'm just gonna kind of pour on that glaze. Then just brush it. Little bristle there. Just brush it so it's evenly spread. Mad smoky up in here. Okay, it's been about 4 hours in the smoker. It's done now. So basically I'm just going to let it rest for about 20-30 minutes out here. It's nice and cool. And then I'm just going to wrap it up in some wax paper, put it in the fridge overnight tomorrow morning. I mean, you could eat it right now, but you let it rest in the fridge overnight, and for some reason, like the flavors just set in there, and I don't know. I like it better. The consistency and flavor is a little bit better if you let it rest in the fridge overnight. I'm gonna do that. Let it rest overnight in the fridge, and see you tomorrow.
Let me have a taste.
So loud.
All right. Well, I'll do it after.
The smokiness.
You can just have one.
No, I don't want to be on the thing.
The fish just absorbed that smokiness. There.
Oops.
Let me get that. Do you taste like
The
sugar?
texture. The brown sugar.
How did you guys smoke it?
This comes like.
My mom has a little smoker, and I just brined it. I've done
What
it
we
a
do
couple
with brown
times.
sugar. Yeah.
Salt,
Or salt.
sea salt.
This would be amazing. Any time of the day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's good like pasta.
Right now, this is for like Hanukkah, right?
Hanukkah's Tuesday.
A lot of Jews be smoking their salmon.
Lox, putting it on their
Some
bagel and cream
lox.
cheese. It's been another episode. Smoked salmon, really loud.
Thank you for joining us again. Another episode of Cooking with Bleezy. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. And I hope when you guys cook your smoked salmon, it comes out just as good as ours. But it might
And if
not.
it doesn't, just keep trying.
Yeah.
Learn.
Or different recipe. Maybe salmon's not your thing. There's more to come. So
You
don't
can
worry.
smoke trout. You can smoke mackerel.
You smoke that turkey leg.
You can smoke a blunt. Till next time.
Smoke that reefer. Smoke that loud.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.